In my last video, I talked about how doing sit-ups and crunches could hurt your low back. So how should you train your core? In this video, I'll show you a different way to approach core training. The core includes all the muscles in the front, the side, and the back of the abdominal area. We tend to focus a lot on the muscles in the front, but if you want effective core training, you have to train it in all the directions. I'm sure you've seen this exercise before where they keep bending on one side back and forth. Now let me show you another one. This is a suitcase carry. In the first exercise, you create a side bend with your core. This is a lateral flexion exercise. This isn't too effective and it puts a lot of stress on your back. In the other exercise, you are using your core to prevent side bending. This is an anti-lateral flexion exercise. I prefer to train in anti-motion core exercises. You can train in anti-flexion extension, anti-lateral flexion, and anti-rotation. Let's look at why training anti-motion is so important. If you did a pushing effort but your core was stable, you'll be able to transfer all of your force into the bar. But if your core wasn't contracted, your body will fall back and you wouldn't have an effective transfer of force into the bar. You will have energy leaks. When you hear someone yell or grunt when they hit a volleyball, throw a punch, or swing a racket, what they're actually doing is stiffening their core at the point of contact. Let's say you're hitting a volleyball. You're applying a force to the ball. But according to Newton's third law, the ball also applies that same force back to you. So you can imagine how much force your body needs to absorb. This also applies to all athletic motions. If your core is unstable, it will create energy leaks, and you won't be as athletic as you could be. When doing anti-extension exercises, the goal is to prevent an overextension of the spine. An example of an anti-extension exercise is the front plank. The body saw is another one. This is a dynamic version of the front plank. An example of an anti-lateral flexion exercise is the side plank. Another one is the suitcase carry. This is a great exercise that I think everyone should do. A basic anti-rotation exercise is the bird dog. In this exercise, you want to reach out with your arm and your leg and maintain your spine in a neutral position. The focus is on moving only with your hip and your shoulder. This is another one of my favorites. In this anti-rotation press, the band will try to make your body rotate, but you have to resist it. In this one-arm shoulder press, only the arm is moving and the core is braced to not allow any motion. The same thing happens with this pulling exercise. The core is working to prevent any twisting and bending over. You can see that by training anti-motion exercises, you'll become more resistant to injury, but also more athletic. Let me know if this video made you change the way you look at core training. And if you liked it, make sure you watch my other ones and subscribe.